Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. The Pan American Masters Games were recently held in the city of Cleveland, bringing in thousands of spectators and athletes from over 80 countries and 48 states, and Cleveland was ready for them. The Pan American Masters Games featured athletes from all over the world competing right here in Cleveland over a one-week period. We caught up with Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb, who was thrilled to be hosting this year's games.
As the world continues to say, Cleveland certainly is the new center of the universe. So happy to have the Pan American Masters Games here. The first time a city in the United States has hosted these games. We have people from all around the world playing football, basketball, baseball, running track, paddle boarding, everything. If this is a sport, you can name it, they're here playing in the heart of our great city.
Rachel Stensbacher is the executive director of the Pan American Masters Games and also the senior vice president at the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission. She said bringing the Pan Am Masters Games to Cleveland was a long time coming.
So the Pan American Masters Games are an event that is owned and operated by the International Masters Games Association. We won the bid to host it in about 2017, and we've been working ever since then to get this event here in Cleveland, and we're so excited now to have almost 4,000 athletes represented from 78 different countries and 48 different states. We're so excited that it's finally here and it's finally happening.
This is the first time the games were held in the States, and Stensbacher put big praise on Greater Cleveland Sports Commission CEO David Gilbert for bringing the games to Cleveland.
So David Gilbert, our CEO, he goes after the thing that's hard. We like to do the thing that's hard here in Cleveland, and we've gotten really good at multi-sport events. So we've hosted events like the International Children's Games, the Gay Games, the National Senior Games, and the Transplant Games. So we are built for this. We know how to do multi-sport events, and so we just had the right team and the right moment, and we just are so excited. And so David kind of sold all of that to him.
Mayor Bibb and Greater Cleveland Sports Commission CEO David Gilbert both hope that, thanks to the Pan Am Masters Game, Cleveland reaps numerous benefits.
Hopefully it'll give people from around the world a unique sense of the amazing city we have, the great culture, the great energy, the great food, and I'm always excited to showcase our city at great events like this.
We work really hard to get people here. We know when they see Cleveland for themselves, they love it. That helps us attract talent. This is going to bring $10 million+ into the local economy, and locals should feel great the fact that we're the first U.S. host city to host this event. They chose us over a lot of other places, and us Clevelanders should feel great about that.
For more information on the Pan American Masters Games, visit clevelandmasters2024.com. The City of Cleveland is making strides to support the youth through its innovative Hoops After Dark program. This initiative, aimed at engaging young men in positive activities, recently hosted a successful job and resource fair at the East Professional Center.
The program started 3 years ago under the leadership of Mayor Justin Bibb. He really wanted to establish something that would be a safe, fun, and supportive environment for young men. And the program's going really well. They're here tonight for a job and resource fair. We also have personal development workshops for them before every game. And we're looking forward to a fantastic season that'll wrap up at the end of the year with a championship game.
The fair brought together local businesses, nonprofit organizations, and educational institutions, all with the common goal of empowering Cleveland's youth.
The age bracket of the young men who are playing, 18 to 26, it's a critical time for them. And they don't necessarily know where to go to find the jobs. And we know that having an opportunity for them to be gainfully employed is going to help our community, it's going to help society, but it's also going to help in building their pride, their self-esteem. So we absolutely believe that leveraging basketball, which is kind of the enticement to get them to play, but then providing them access to these resources is part of our responsibilities for Hoop After Dark.
It's truly about just getting them employed and trying to help them long term with their career, with their lives, help with their families, all those things. But having that additional piece of being able to play basketball and hoop with their friends, gaining community, friendships, it's definitely a bonus.
Young adults had a chance to explore job opportunities, internships, and educational programs, as well as gain valuable information on financial literacy, resume building, and interview skills.
I love the workshops just because it's helped me progress, helped me learn new things, and showing me new opportunities. It's nothing like this opportunity right here. You feel me? I'm here every year.
Hoops After Dark continues to be a beacon of hope and opportunity for young men in Cleveland. City officials and community leaders are already planning future events to keep this momentum going.
I'm really happy to be here and be a part of this event tonight. An event to me that needs to be extended more. And what I mean by that is extended down to the 6th and 7th graders. You know, let them see some of and hear some of the things that they were putting out tonight, that our speakers was putting out tonight. I think it's imperative that we try to get it back to the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th graders so that they can understand what it's going to take to be successful.
It's inspiring to see such initiatives making a positive impact in our community. We look forward to seeing more from Hoops After Dark in the near future. The Community Forestry Corps partnership officially kicked off in front of a large crowd at beautiful Luke Easter Park.
So the Community Forest Corps is this group of young people that's working together to measure heat stress in communities.
Illyria Little is a community program manager for the Student Conservation Association, and she says that heat mapping in communities is a very important job.
So we're trying to come to these areas that have lower tree canopy, that don't get the same level of care, and figure out what are the impacts in ways we can really measure and compare, not only in Cleveland and in this city, but we have similar forestry corps in 3 other cities that started up this summer. So we're going to be able to compare between cities and see how that impacts the people that are living there.
Nasreem is a crew member with the urban forestry team, and she explained what heat mapping is all about.
Usually every day we meet up at Luke Eastern here, and we measure the heat stress within our location. So we go to shaded areas and go to more areas that have less trees. So we get to measure how hot an environment. So we noticed that within over where the basketball area is that the temperature is usually higher because there's less tree canopy area, which means there's less trees, which means that this is involving that we need more trees planted within the area.
Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb, who attended the celebration, explained why it's important to preserve and strengthen Cleveland's tree canopy.
Having a robust tree canopy makes our cities safer because the data tells us that in cities and neighborhoods where there's a lack of a robust tree canopy, you have higher rates of violent crime, higher rates of heart disease, higher rates of asthma. And so the work we're doing today is not just about climate change and environmental justice, but this is about racial justice, economic justice, and making sure that the promise of our neighborhoods can be real for everybody who lives in the great city of Cleveland.
Anna Zaremba, Cleveland's Nature-Based Solutions Sustainability Manager, says the data received from this work is invaluable.
Yeah, this partnership is really exciting because we're not only creating long-lasting workforce opportunities, building on the nature-based solutions world to expand our capacity to care for the trees that we have and the trees that we'll plant in the future, but then also looking at the heat data collection, heat mapping collection as an opportunity to really understand how community members are feeling the impacts of climate change.
Samara Malone, Director of Urban Forestry Initiatives for the Center for Regenerative Solutions, says the Community Forestry Corps is a win-win for Cleveland's youth and the environment.
And we really look at this unique opportunity for the CFC to serve as a youth workforce development pipeline to really help to support a new generation of environmental stewards to get involved in this work, because we need all hands on deck if we are going to really fight the fight against climate change.
Mayor Bibb also had one major announcement surprising all those in attendance.
Cleveland got some money today because of the great work of our administration, from the Biden-Harris administration. We have the USDA Undersecretary here, Undersecretary Wilkes. And today they announced a $3.4 million investment in this work right here in Northeast Ohio. So federal, state, local, all working together, and Cleveland's going to lead the way.
And for more information on the Community Forestry Corps, visit the Center for Regenerative Solutions website at naturebasedclimate.solutions/community-forest-corps. It's a mouthful, but well worth a visit to that great site. The Cleveland Division of Fire has taken a bold step in promoting the health and safety of our youngest residents. They recently hosted a community health fair with the focus on preventing infant mortality. The health fair featured a variety of booths and activities, all designed to educate parents and caregivers about the critical steps that they can take to ensure the health of their infants.
This has been a priority for Chief Luke since he became the chief of the fire department. He's done things to make sure that Cleveland firefighters are aware of some of the concerns we have with infant mortality. The infant mortality rate in Cleveland is nearly twice the national average and almost 3 times in Ward 5. So that's why we're here today. This is sort of the epicenter for this issue, and we want to make sure that we're reaching out to young mothers, expectant mothers, making sure that they have the prenatal information that they need and the support that they need as young mothers to help to lower the infant mortality rate in the city of Cleveland.
We also have about a dozen registered nurses on Cleveland Fire Department. So our registered nurses are educating parents today with when to call the doctor and when you need to call 911 for an infant emergency. And then we're taking surveys, collecting data so that we know better what the health care and parenting needs are for this community.
Families participated in interactive demonstrations such as proper car seat installation and CPR training for infants, helping to ensure that our youngest residents have the best possible start in life.
Our first responders face a lot of death in their jobs, whether it's fire, EMS, police. It is very difficult for us when we have a child that passes away and we're unable to save them. So events like this, when we're coming together, this is a way for all of us in public safety that we feel that we can help the community to help prevent some of those things from happening.
The world-famous Karamu House welcomed members of the community into its halls for its homecoming celebration. Let's go to TV20's Alex Picterna with the story.
Founded in 1915, Karamu's homecoming event served as more than a fundraiser. It celebrated the theater's century-long legacy of community engagement and advocacy for African American actors in Cleveland and beyond. Supporters of Karamu span a wide spectrum, from regular patrons of the live arts to influential political figures committed to community empowerment.
This homecoming is really a culmination of all the work that this administration embarked on under the leadership of Tony Sias. And I actually was so inspired by everything going on. I donated last night $50,000 to support youth programming. So it solidifies the theater's place in history, in Black theatrical history, and so it means a lot to the city to continue to have a jewel like this be funded.
In keeping with the homecoming theme, Karamu alumni were invited back to the theater for reunions with longtime friends. The event featured tours of the recent renovations, followed by a gathering in the main theater for a live performance by current Karamu artists. The celebration culminated in the induction of 3 new members into the prestigious Karamu Hall of Fame.
Long story short, came out of college and decided I wanted to pursue this whole acting career, and one of my old college professors who had also been a playwright said, "You need to go to Karamu. You got one of the best places in the country right there." And that started the journey. And it's something to see it now, these almost 40 years later. And it's such an iconic location here, and the talent that's come out of this, and to be a part of that, you know, I've been blessed by that, you know, and it's everything I've done up to this point. I have to trace my DNA back to Karamu.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. After 5 months of planning, Cleveland City Hall played host to the inaugural Cleveland Fashion Gala. TV20's Errol Porter has more on this designer story.
The inaugural Cleveland Fashion Gala, a charity fundraising fashion show, was a result of a collaboration between 2 organizations. The Sweetest Day Foundation Incorporated, established by Cleveland model Raina Tiffany, and the God is Excellent Foundation Incorporated, established by Cleveland Brown star David Njoku. This joint effort brought together philanthropy and fashion in a unique event for the city.
This is our biggest fundraiser every year, and the proceeds is going to be used to do the swag bags every year to pass out to the kids. And next year, well, this year, we're going to do all of Cleveland. Last year, I just did one shelter because it was my first year. But this year, we're going to do all the shelters and a couple of nursing homes. It's kind of like after the pandemic, Cleveland stuff went up for us. And it's like in the roaring 20s, it was kind of the same thing. After the war and stuff like that, fashion was bigger. So yeah, I thought it was just a perfect thing to do.
Everyone involved in the event, from the behind-the-scenes staff to the runway models, played a crucial role in bringing the gala to life. Everyone I spoke with expressed immense pride in the final product and what it represents for Cleveland's future.
There's nothing that's been done like this in the city before, and it's been incredible to have a part in it, and we're hoping that will be the jumpstart for Cleveland Fashion Week.
I believe the Cleveland fashion industry is something that needs to be seen by the world, so I'm happy we're taking this step tonight and having this amazing event for everyone to see.
We brought together local designers, local models, and of course the David Njoku Foundation and the Sweet Estate Foundation to do an amazing event tonight at City Hall.
For TV20, this is Errol Porter.
Thanks, Errol. Finally, let's go to TV20's Alex Picterna for his coverage on this year's return of Wade Oval Wednesdays.
What began as a simple lunchtime escape from the office, Wade Oval Wednesdays has evolved into a summer-long celebration of Cleveland's vibrant arts and culture scene.
Wade Oval Wednesdays, it's a free summer concert series in University Circle. It's free, it's family fun, there's food vendors, live music, and other activities that happen.
Every Wednesday from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., Cleveland residents gather in Wade Oval Park to experience a diverse array of musical performances.
We'll have more free concerts and activities. We'll have more cultural celebration night, like Latinx Heritage, Disability Pride. So we'll have activity partners and more live music and food.
The event showcases everything from reggae and jazz to live orchestra ensembles, offering attendees a rich tapestry of musical genres and local talent.
We've been coming to Wade Oval since she was like 2 years old, so it's just a fun, family-friendly thing that we like to do every summer.
Attendees arrive well before the music begins, as the event offers a variety of attractions. Food trucks and other vendors are present in large numbers, providing diverse options for event goers, including the City of Cleveland's own Cleveland Water. For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Wade Oval Wednesday runs until August 14th. For information on each week's shows, you can visit universitycircle.org/WOW. Wow. Hey, we are constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.